store again. This is after work, and I guess are painting and putting together a shelf, and my dad and my uncle Brad are gonna come and look at the store and see how it turned out so far. We're also gonna be doing carpet, and all of this is for the back area that we probably weren't gonna start until this weekend, but we're just gonna see if we can knock it out today and get it done.
So this is kind of like the progress that we hit by the end of the day yesterday. So we have the painting, which we've put in videos, we have the baseboards, we kind of organized things where we expect things are going to be going. At least for now, we are going to be going this Saturday to pick up our first arcade cabinet here, so stick around for that video. Today is going to be basically taking everything that we did over here and working on our workstation. So that's going to be the carpet, the paint, the baseboards, but it's also about a third of the size of the whole store, so I expect at least about a third of the time to be not spent. So before we get going today, grab yourself a really good drink and a tasty snack and get settled in, because this is going to be a project.
Alright, so we're doing one thing different today, and that's grabbing an apron, because if you watched the last painting videos, you'll know I was wiping paint on my dress all day, and that's not going to happen in this. So I brought my apron, and hopefully that will help mitigate as much damage as possible, and we'll see where it goes. This is another generous contribution from a local game store owner. If you guys don't know, he is the one that lent us this display case to use and some of the other materials that we're using in the store. This is going to be a shelf for our back area to store overstock in. So we'll show you guys what that looks like once it's assembled, but we're just going to set it aside for right now.
Thinking about grabbing the metal shelf in the storage unit and then getting the candy machine.
Yeah, that's fine if you want to run and do that.
I didn't want to do it right this moment, but I feel like that's the thing to do.
I got my water and everything here. Is that my dad? That's not my dad.
You want to help me clean out the, well, shit, that would be two separate trips, huh?
What?
Candy machine and the shelf. Which one should I do today?
The shelf, because we're trying to get this back area assembled as much as possible.
Yeah, no, that's true, but I also just really been dreading going to get the candy machine. I feel like I should just go get, I bet you if I get the candy machine, because that's the hardest part, I won't mind getting the shelf afterwards.
Okay.
I just want to get that done, because I don't want to have to keep putting that off. I dread the idea of going to deal with it.
Already?
Yeah, I have the keys.
Let me check something real quick. Okay, I have it. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Love you. This is what we're working with.
Cool.
We got the shelves mounted.
Did you paint anything in the back?
Not yet, that's what we're doing today.
Nice apron.
Thank you. I'm wearing a white dress today.
It looks like you got it from Grandma's Vineyard. Oh, so those are this one's a used one, right? So that's the tall ones that they're carrying.
Well, what's the back?
That's going to be a little extra storage for
That's what the
supplies and
shelves that I
stuff.
haven't put together yet is for. That's what I was getting ready to do.
But why do you get to look into here?
Because that's going to get, they're going to go ahead and do the
Mirror
one-way
tint.
mirror tint.
So it should kind of end up looking like this.
Because that's just somebody else that's trying to open up.
She decided she's doing shiplap on that other side, so they can't see this way either.
Nice.
So we're all gonna be happy. And yesterday we had a little boy and a little girl kind of staring in here trying to figure out what was going on. So
Because they saw that, probably, and they're like, ooh. How many of these are going to have lined up? 6?
we're gonna have 2 of these and then 3 free-to-play arcade machines. I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, we're gonna have 3 free-to-play arcade machines. We're gonna have a TV right here with a free-to-play console. And then I just got our concession menu set up today, and I'll send you a picture later, but we're gonna have Jackson print concession menu to hang up there. So concession is going to.
You got the black gun and the arch.
Jackson helped us with that. I need to touch up all the little things that I did. I mean, this one you're not even gonna see, but I'm gonna know it's there, so we'll see how it goes. All of this is gonna be a shelf, and Michael's grabbing the other shelf that we have, and those are going in the back once we're done.
You're not putting anything heavy on it, or?
It's
Just
gonna be
because
like
it's particle
stock.
board, if you put heavy stuff, it will start.
Same reason I told Michael we're not painting it.
I mean, you can
And then break.
you can get past that by just getting some like 1x2, and then just running the strips underneath from side to
Well,
side.
I installed wall anchors for the first time by myself. I didn't even look up how to do it.
Did you look to see where you could find studs though?
There's a stud right here, for sure, because I started to drill into
Yeah, well, you
it.
can see the drywall seam too right there.
I have this kind of just.
You gotta remember, it literally is a metal detector. It's not finding studs, it's
finding
finding
nails.
the nails and screws. So, depending how fast they threw this up, you might not even have those screws. Why is that?
Oh, that's not
beeping?
how I was using
No,
it.
why is it beeping nonstop?
I was pointing it up the wall.
There.
We need to know where the studs are right here.
There's another stud. You're off by just a hair. Looks like this screw may have just tagged it. See it now.
It's actually surprisingly not very loud if you shove this.
Yeah, that's where that putty one was, but that putty one. Nope, it goes, oh shoot.
With that shut, it gets really
Yeah,
quiet.
you see that there too.
It is quiet.
So, yeah, wait a minute. Let it over. But I think,
the
I'm pretty sure looking at that, that's nailed. Definitely know that's nailed. This is almost too big of a gap right there.
That's actually too.
That's, yeah, because from there to there, this gets smaller. That's like a 16 and a 14. That's long.
Doesn't it look much better with the carpet though?
Oh, it looks way better.
Did you see where I don't know if you saw the video yet or not, but did you see where I put drywall dust all over the stuff I just painted? And it
No.
wasn't dry yet?
No.
That's
just
why
watched-
there's piles of dust on top of all these shelves because I leaned the shelves up against them to catch the dust. So it didn't go on.
You know, I got the car kit for the rigid. It has a little brush vacuum. It comes with an extra long hose.
Perfect.
Unless you want to just dust it all over the place.
Oh no,
Maybe
we'll
fake
be
the
borrowing
carpet.
that. I think I just put together why we weren't able to shut this all the way yesterday. I have carpet running past the edge of the door and I could not for the life of me get that door shut yesterday, and I think it might be because I need to trim it.
Trim that.
Okay.
Here, I'll hold. I'll just hold it.
Thanks. Okay. Just right over here.
But yeah, just put it on the wall, hold the button down until it stops beeping and then start moving it.
Yeah, I was using it like remote. I wasn't using
Oh.
it.
Did I meet you last time?
I don't think so. I saw a picture of
I'm
you
Brad.
though. Nice to meet you, Brad.
You're Michael, right?
Yes. I still have to go get the shelf. It wasn't busy. It was actually the best time to
I
go
was gonna start
forever.
putting that other one together here in a second.
Yeah, we found a rack, so one of these can sit on top and one can sit on the bottom. So do one of them's toys, one of them's gum and candy, and they'll just be on one rack. This
Did
is
we
now
change
my
the
phone
mix on those
number.
ones?
Huh?
Can we change the mix on those ones or
Yeah.
not? Can we?
Yeah, you just have to, because when you open it, this slides, but I think you have to pull everything out to do it.
Oh, so it pushes into it then?
Yeah, because once you open this and you pull everything out, the spacer can be removed and then you can get to that.
Okay, I was under the impression we couldn't change those ones. We need to remove all those 50 cents.
I know. It's gonna be a pain, but that's fine. I'll go grab the rack in a minute.
Draws so much more attention.
But we did the concession menu today, and I did the pricing for it, and we can keep everything except for coffee under $1.50. So everything will be dirt cheap, but we're still doubling the winner money on that. So
That'll help a lot. Okay, so we
Oh,
want
I like you finally brought the Pokemon rack in.
that needs to get mounted.
They got that from DG. They're throwing it out.
Really?
Yeah. Or we're gonna throw it out. It didn't even make it to the dumpster yet, did it?
No. I told him to call me.
We have a glass sheet that we're gonna need cut down to size. She said it's 6 feet long. We're gonna need to get it cut down to
Acrylic
size.
or glass?
I have an acrylic sheet back there that we can use.
Where are you using the glass for?
We're adding the shelf
Right
in there
there.
because there's just one shelf.
okay.
So I'm gonna order the
I would definitely do the acrylic. I want to do glass.
well, I have a sheet of acrylic back
Yeah.
there. I think that might be too short. Maybe
It
not.
looks like it's almost dead perfect on that.
If that's perfect, that's great.
Does it have any kind of mounting hardware?
Not yet, but I was gonna order it. There's brackets that go in there. If that's long enough, we'll just clean that up and put that in there, or cover it with felt and put that in there. Hey, let's go!
Oh.
You wanna know what's funny about
All right,
that?
wait a minute. Let's see depth-wise though.
Yeah.
Depth-wise, it's gonna have to be cut, and I don't have my freaking table saw anymore. I have fine blades for one, but I'd have to clamp and set it up with my skill saw. Just because you have to go really slow with these, and have the fine blade, or they chip. So I I
You
could.
could trim it down a little bit. We'll just cover it with felt or something and not bother trying to clean that up because if it's acrylic, it's just gonna.
That's the problem. It's not gonna have the rigidity of it.
That's what I was thinking.
Looks just
have a
like that.
center. We'll have a center.
Just a little down hole or something.
Well, you can see right here. You can mount the brackets in the middle as well, so that'll help make all that. So
Okay, yeah, because they're the hanger ones that stick out like that.
if you can cut it down to like 8 inches, I can just get an 8-inch bracket, and unless we want to just cut it full size, it needs to be either 8 or 12 inches wide. So those are the 2 brackets that I found.
That one's good.
I have a tape measure.
I was just gonna mark this.
You need this?
No,
Because I don't have to get cut.
Yeah, I'm looking right, I'm lining it up with here and the insert for the plastic in the front there. So, I'm gonna go about a 1/2 inch past it. Just so we know that's good to go there.
Oh, that's way longer than I thought it was. Hold up. So before anything, the brackets I was looking at are only 12 inches. Which means, technically, if you just, how long is that?
That one's quite a bit longer.
If you just cut that in half, we can make it into 2 chunks. They'll just be slightly smaller chunks,
But
but
if you
either
went and
way.
picked up another sheet like this, then you could do 2 full shelves that can go all the way.
Well, it's funny,
Glass.
because the only reason we have that is because
Because they left it from the window.
yeah, he was saying that the other guy didn't want to throw it away, and so they just didn't throw it away, and we weren't going to throw it away.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, well, plexiglass isn't cheap.
but I think the owner thinks it's been thrown away already. So as far as I'm concerned, it's been thrown away,
Okay.
and it was thrown away before we got here.
But I still have to. No, I'm not cutting it at all. I'm cutting it in half.
'Cause it's this
All right. Yeah.
But
You know what?
there's just a few
I'm
more.
getting forgetful in my old age. Can you just send me a text?
You cut it in half, or
Don't cut it
I thought you
all.
wanted 12 inches.
Well, if we cut it in half, I can get the brackets that are short enough
Oh,
to
okay.
just make it into 2. All right, guys. So these machines were at 2 different locations for 6 months. We did not pull the money for 6 months, and you're about to see why. Because for 6 months, this first machine only made about that much.
There's an extra quarter in the car that fell out, but let's just say it made that much.
And you're probably wondering why we didn't just move them sooner, and the sad fact of the matter is we had other things to do.
Yep.
And that's what this one made in 6 months.
We got into
These-
claw machines. That's
These-
what it is. We got claw machines and we started. So I was like, that looks like silver.
So these were in a barber shop and a bar. And if you're wondering what we were running in these, Skittles, M&Ms, Fun Mix, Peanuts, Polar Mints, and I think those are M&Ms. So, and I mean, they didn't have a label. These were some of our first machines that went out, so these were like what our baby stages looked like with no labels and like really honestly not that great. These are going to be getting cleaned up a bit. New stuff is going in them, and we're going to be putting them on a dual rack and keeping them here in the store. Probably changing the next 50 cents if we can on these ones. And yeah, so there's a 6-month collection from 2 machines that did terrible in 6 months.
My mom was not right yesterday. I grabbed my bean burrito today and I got really nervous.
Whatever you
And it was not. The thing that mattered actually was not.
Actually, got my water
It's
bottle.
safer to vacuum than to sweep it, so every time I sweep it,
I'll be
the carpet's
hanging out
starting to
on
go
the
up.
railing. I can't undo this one.
I have my little Ryobi hand-powered vacuum.
I want one of those.
If you keep up on it, it could be enough to keep the space clean.
That's when assembled. I mean, I guess I could start painting while we do it.
No, not right now. We have things we need to move in. We have things we need to
I
get
agree.
assembled, and painting right now should probably be the last
Oh,
thing.
they're here.
Perfect.
You could.
Here, give it a try.
We could also
Oh, you have bungees. I don't think that one's long enough, but
literally spend $100 of my personal savings to get the rack, so it's not.
So it's not hijacked together.
but it'd be
Yes.
so cool.
But it's also 50 acres of beautiful, so you don't notice the small details. And 50 square feet, you might.
Just do that. Thank you.
This is bigger than 50 square feet. And if you look, there's mountains right there. It's perfectly fine.
The pegs. Can you make some that just like mount to the wall?
Like you mean just the straight stick, like those things?
Yeah, but just like a way to mount it to the wall. Like a spool or something mounted to the wall. If you can do that, we'll also need some for like right
You can
here.
also print little mountable buckets or bins
I was thinking.
of any kind of sort. Milk crates if you want.
I was thinking of mounting some pegs, but yeah, I'd be happy with bins too.
We'll also, if you're able to do pegs, end up needing some for here because we're gonna hang lanyards from them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my idea. Also,
I'm so sorry. Just ordered the PET G filament for with these colors. Not quite this, a little darker than this, more like a cyan. Because that's what that's what Justin and Deanna and Corbin told me when I made it. They were like, it needs to be darker.
Yeah.
So I hope a slightly darker one.
Yay, thank you.
oh yeah, so the signs I sent you today. The menu I'm still thinking on, but ideally, yeah, if we can get it like narrower and like 4 feet long. I still have to fix the menu, but that's ideally where we're gonna hang it. I already did the pricing and everything today. It's actually gonna be one of the cheapest things we can start with. It's $2.18 for 2 cases of everything on the menu. And we're looking at doubling and quadrupling our money on everything. And we're not having to charge more than $4, and that's for coffee. Everything else is $1.50 or less, and we're still making those profit margins. But I think it's one of the lowest cost things we can do with the highest impact because when kids come in here and they're thirsty and they're hungry, they have snacks to get.
Well, when me and Jackson did the booth,
Or even on a hot day like today, if there's a shop right here that I can stop in and grab something to drink.
Yep, that's the idea. We may end up needing a bigger fridge.
Remember when we did our booth and I brought soda water? I sold basically
That was great.
everything. I sold literally just about everything.
I was thinking about the signboard. Blocks could be switched around if
That
you
would
wanted.
be great.
But also the letters could move. I think I could make something like that.
That would be awesome.
And if we just did like a 1x5 in terms of the build plate, you know, so you get a 10 by whatever, or we could do 2.
Just make a larger story size. Yeah, if you could do something like that, that'd be great because everything else I think is fine, not needing to be changed. But if we need to switch the menu out, we can just be like, Jackson, I need 3 more S's.
The letters too.
What's going to be really cool though is if you
Depends.
already get the letters and numbers and all that stuff like in your system because you print it for us. Once we get the 3D printer here, if we need to like make it snap for 5, you literally can start it from here and then we pull them right off the.
See, and that was kind of my thought with it is all the rest of the signage will be 3D printed, and so from that perspective, I think it would be cool to
Have it done too.
You'll basically be Bluetoothing those signs and.
if you want the
that's
challenge.
that's kind of the point of the 3D printers, because you have the 3D printer, so just 3D print it.
So yeah, if you want the challenge and you want to do something like that, that's awesome. If you
I really don't think it'd be that difficult.
If
It
you
wouldn't
were
be hard to
fine-
design.
The only thing I want to do is make sure that the font is the same because that's the font they're using for the rest of the signage. So if you want to do that, I can just make the font for you. Or
Do
like,
you know what font it is?
it's called Anton. It's on Canva. I was gonna say I can just do like a letter board.
Because I should be able to pretty much, if it doesn't exist already in Fusion as a
font.
Which doesn't really matter because I would probably just take the text, whatever image we have, and I would turn the whole thing into I would turn all the letters into their own thing.
So what I should probably do then for future reference, just in case we want to change menu items or something, I'll just get you a picture that has all the letters on it and send it your way, and then like all the numbers and stuff and symbols and things, so they're all in that font.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to.
If you have A to Z and 1 through 0 through 9, you know, I can turn that into physical objects in the software.
And then my only idea was doing the lettering a little bit raised on everything, just to give it that three-dimensional kind of look.
I can make the letters as thick as we want, as tall as we
Maybe
want.
like just a little bit, so it's raised up off of it a little bit. Yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great. And
I
then,
think the standard letters are only like 2 millimeters thick, so we can make like 5 millimeter letters, you know.
and then for sizing for like the signage and stuff, I mean, the free-to-play placards really don't need to be that big. I mean,
You have your tape measure, right? Yeah, let's just measure it. Because if I have actual dimensions, it'll.
For the free-to-play placards, if you can do something like 4 or 5 inches long, I don't really care how wide it is, just something to stick on here, and we only need about 5 of those. And that's just so
You're
that,
talking about right here, though, right? That's
well,
what
it's
you
not
want
going to
do?
be on this machine, but just as
This is the general.
Yeah. Because if you saw those ones, those are a bit longer. So yeah, if you
This
do
is
something-
5 inches right here, all the way to the edge.
Yeah, if you
From-
just print it about 5 inches long, then it doesn't really matter how tall it is for that one,
Okay.
because that one is just going to be going on the.
Cabinets which are 24 inches wide, not 12.
And then the console one that says, you know, free to play, come up to the register and ask for a controller. That one is maybe one to do just a little bit bigger. Again, it doesn't really matter on the dimensions
So,
for that one.
free to play, you want it all in caps or actually?
Yeah, I just sent you pictures. I didn't know if you were able to just take the pictures and turn them into something or.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. And if it's, I guess, yeah, I don't even, because it's, if those are the proportions that you want for them.
Yeah, and then basically just like with the hours sign and stuff, like basically just, you know, whatever you think is a reasonable size to put on a door for, you know, these are the hours. So I know you said you could do like a 10 by 10, maybe just make like that one like 10 inches tall, and then, you know, however wide it already is when you get it that tall.
It makes me sad. It makes me sad. What's so sad? It's so hot.
It really is, and it's not cooling down over here.
That's so easy to get though. I got one at home. I know, me too. We need to go sit in the car, pull down, and some AC.
Hang on. Also, look at my shoe. Wow, those are pretty handsome.
Oh wait, I got it. Never mind.
I gotta get out of the bin so I can just save it. It's not busy here.
Say that again.
Look for me yet. Hybrid bandana on.
Okay, so
Business meeting.
this is what we're working with. It's assembled. It's a pain in the butt, but it's done. Now the only problem is we have to be able to move it from here to back there without it falling apart. And Jackson's in here too. Hi Jackson.
Some humor.
Look at his shoe.
Oh yeah. I was waiting for you to just stick your whole foot in that paint going. Michael, would you like dinner?
Huh?
Do you need a blizzard?
Actually, no. I would love when I'm done working.
You go to Taco Bell.
To what?
I would like a float when I'm done working.
Do you want me to just go get you food and a float?
Actually, no. Can you just get me an ice water and I'll be super happy? I'm not hungry. I just want an ice water.
Can I get A&W for us?
A&W? What about our Subway?
But I want A&W.
But we got Subway today.
Okay, you just want a float?
I just want water right now.
Jackson, would you like a float too?
Wait, send me money. Is that what you said?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Michael thinks this back wall should stay white. I like the idea of it being
Are you
black.
seriously gonna change the color?
No, I'm just asking if we think we should do it black. To be fair, we would only probably need one coat of black. But anyways, yeah, no, I tried to say that before and you didn't listen. Opinions, please. Hi.
Kind of close, and I'll have you start grabbing things.
Thank you so much. Sorry to order so
No,
much.
that's okay. And then with these ones, just be careful. Those lids are a little finicky. So.
See if I can get this guy in here real fast.
Card today?
Yes. I just gotta say real quick, guys, the A&W prices are just amazing. It's like they have gone back in time or something. Of course, the last time this place was open was like 6 years ago, but $21 for 3 large fries, 3 large waters, and 2 massive root beer floats. Like, tell me where else that's gonna be your total, because I can't think of it anywhere. We got ourselves some A&W fries, a blast from the past, if you will. Michael made the great idea, or the great decision to walk onto this carpet with his paint-covered shoes. So now we have some patches of white paint on there. But the back is coming along real nice. And we had to set up a fan because paint fumes. It was because of paint fumes. Everybody was starting to feel a little bit loopy.
Might not be good if I painted bad.
Might not be good if I painted bad. Might not be good if I can't get it all off in one piece again.
Yeah, I did that for sure. Won't be good if I painted it. The actual Electrolux.
Hey, you know what? 9 out of 10.
9. I give it a 7.3. That one I think I deserve a 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
So while we're peeling this tape, I'll tell you about the fact that we just had 2 kids come in here and ask what the store was going to be, and then say that they liked this store already because they saw the mini claw machine.
Oh, you're talking to the viewers. I thought you were talking to me. Are you something wrong with you?
Another day of saying we're going to do 2 things and doing more things, except for this time I'm just... I know, but we thought we were maybe going to not do it. Well, anyways, the point is I've just kind of been sitting here watching because I ran out of things I can do. But when they're done, I'm going to paint the baseboards. I'm here to bring them drinks and emotional support. But I'm not very emotionally supportive, so mostly just drinks. All right, we got all this carpet over here done. Well, Jackson and Michael got all this carpet over here done, and Jackson's installing the last piece right now. This is what we're left with. They were really working with scraps here. This box said it would cover 240 square feet. I measured this area and it was 180 square feet. And we were kind of just hoping that this would be enough, and it looks like it was just enough. Poor Michael, he kept trying to do things and it just wasn't working out.
Anytime I thought I was cutting it close, there was always that much gap, which for the main floor, when they're full tiles or just a straight cut, that's fine. But once you got to the corners or these baseboards that are warped, take us off.
We really, I mean, we're going for close. We're not going for excellent, and you're not going to be able to tell we used a Sharpie to fill in those cracks.
Anywhere where the gap is either going to have a camera.
You know, Jackson, I just turned the camera around on myself, too.
That looks great.
Hey, and he's going to have to do that last one at an angle, which he's proven to be an expert at. So let's watch this magic.
That's kind of funny because the last one I actually cut this straight, which I might actually do.
I can't believe with how little money we've made in this 1 week that we've been open, that we have been able to make it look this much like a store. So I was telling Jackson, 2 days ago, you could guess that maybe it was going to be a store. Yesterday, it looked like it was going to be a store, but you couldn't tell what. Today, it looks like it's very clear.
Oh yeah, let me get it from this side. We're going to clean up before we go, but...
It looks very clear what kind of store it's going to be with the claw machine and the Pokemon. So you get an idea now.
Yeah,
Every day there's a massive improvement.
It's really messy in here right now, but today, most of this stuff is going to leave. So it'll start to be more put together.
Okay, so it's cut because I don't want to deal with that angle. I did it freehand. So let's see how good that was. Whoa. So
Oh my goodness.
That's my freehand straight edge.
Dang.
And that's why he's doing it.
Michael's so done. He's like, I did pretty good on this side, and then he shows him that kind of thing.
I cut a straight line as perfectly as I can. It ends up looking like Gumball from the Gumball Adventures.
Gumball Adventures. You're so tired, you can't even remember the show name anymore.
I really actually can't. What is it called?
The Adventures of Gumball? Is it?
I was about to say the Misadventures of Gumball.
Misadventures of Flat.
Oh, it was, yeah, okay. I was like, that sounds right.
All right.
A place called Gumball Island.
So we've decided the kind of layout here. So we're going to finish cleaning things up and then move the shelf in, and then we'll show you guys what kind of layout we've got going. It's going to look so nice. I'm glad you guys took care of the carpet because I will gladly paint baseboards for a year straight over do that.
This shop is probably the best that it has ever looked.
Michael,
Huh.
I need your help.
To hold it while you
Yeah.
cut it. Yeah. Okay, move my hand eventually, hopefully.
No, he's going to get your fingers.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna move my hand.
Not quite on concrete, that's okay.
See, if I were to you know what would have happened? Not quite on the concrete, my cut's all the way on that wall.
This is great. This place has floor and less echo now. It's actually incredible.
Yeah, there's no echo at all, is there?
Okay.
Not hardly at all.
Last.
It's actually nice and condensed.
Do you want to do the honors?
Nope.
Are you sure?
He's like, nope, this is what you get for your unpaid labor.
See if that wasn't too much of a curve right there. It might have been. That last piece might look really ugly. Really ugly.
This is lots of carpet.
Or maybe it'll fit pretty damn perfect.
That's so
Ooh,
good.
yay! I'm gonna
What about
add a
the
laugh
carpet?
track. Or not a laugh track, I'm gonna add a clap track.
No need now.
Wow, and now we can actually take it all in.
Dang! Yeah, that with
No,
all
we
the
gotta get all
trash.
this in the trash first, and then we can.
Yeah, can we throw that
Yeah.
carpet? Look,
Okay, this is what we're working with. Carpet is all done, baseboards are all done, and now we get to clean all this up. Okay, well, this is what we got done today. We have all of our paint done. Thank you to Jackson again for helping with that. This was the big project today. I mostly just sat and watched while they were doing that and offered emotional support, but this is what they're working with.
Carpet and paint's done.
And we have the first shelf back there. We're going to be adding a second shelf and trying to see if we can squeeze some kind of desk set up back there to work. I don't know how that's going to work yet.
What do we have here?
This is our Pokemon display we got from Dollar General about a year ago, saying
Cool.
maybe someday we'll open a store, but we never actually thought it'd happen. So
Ignore the
actually
price
able to do
tags.
that.
These are really old from old booths and stuff. But yeah, like we have all those trainers, energy, some boxes. This is nothing compared to what we want to have, but just kind of gives you an idea of some of the stuff we carry. Show us the other stuff.
Okay, so we do have our two candy machines here right now. Michael's probably already mentioned in a video, but we're going to be getting these on a ladder rack so that there's one on top of the other basically, and that will be going on our arcade wall. If you guys can think of some genius way to mount those to those shelves, I like what they look like, so just give us your suggestions, and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do, whether we're going to do the rack or do that.
Well,
So-
keep in mind, because you also have to get to the back to pull the money out. And this might be able to open up wide enough to put stuff in, but it'd be hard to pour. So that's one of the biggest challenges with this. Is not mounting it, but being able to access the important parts. So anything you guys think of.
And these shelves are mounted to the wall, so that's the other thing, is we can't just move the shelves to get to the back of them. So that's the other challenge we're trying to deal with here. We had two little kids come in today, I think I mentioned it earlier, and they just wanted to see what the store was about, and so they picked out some prizes from the claw machine. And
These
said they're
came
gonna-
with it when I bought it.
So we got some kids talking about it already, and that's exciting.
That's pretty much it, but look at it, guys. It already looks like a store. Jiminy, Christmas on a turkey.
So next on the list is lighting and the mirror tint, and we're starting to think we might possibly be able to open up sooner than we thought. The register is the really big next expense that we have coming up when it comes to getting open, because it's going to be about $2,000 to get the register we're looking at getting, because it's the entire system built in. We're starting to realize it might not take us very long to get enough inventory to fill these shelves, because it doesn't need to be a lot of everything, just a little bit of a variety. So the inventory side is going to be easier to manage. It's going to be getting the register, getting the rest of the cosmetic stuff like the lights and the, what else did I literally just say? The lights and the mirror tint set up.
Yeah.
And maybe security cameras I think are also on the list. So there's a few little things that have to be done beforehand. But once those are done, I think we're pretty much, we might be able to open early. No promises, but we're aiming for October at the latest.
I think we could open before October, but I don't know if we can open before like August, because I still feel like there's just a bunch of things to get that is, we've made some promises. I mean, I wouldn't say we made promises, but we've really set a standard of the stuff that we expect to have in here. And some of those things are the pricier things that still need to come in if we want, like the machines, the arcade cabinets. We want to be able to get those in so that we can say we have an arcade wall. So even if we have to skimp on the product in the beginning, I really want to try to keep the cabinets and stuff, in the picture. So I think we'll be open before October.
So what was I going to say? I was going to say something. It felt relevant. I don't remember what it was now.